Hello everybody, this is Marty with Sea on the Mountain Beekeeping segment, and we've got Peyton Gefeller here today, and she's getting into her FFA hive. By the way, Peyton is looking for a sponsor for this hive, an individual sponsor or a memorial sponsor for $200 or a business sponsor for $350. So if you know somebody who'd like to sponsor a hive, help a young lady out, that'd be great, and help her with the cost of the bees and the cost of all the equipment and et cetera, et cetera. It's just a wonderful way to help the beekeepers save the bees, and also to help a young lady. This is part of our vision on Sea on the Mountains, teach the young people how to take care of bees. They are our present and future. And so say hi, Peyton. Hi. All right. So Peyton is going to do an inspection on her hive today. We're a little behind on the inspection, but I've been watching them. And so what we're going to do is Peyton's going to go in there and look for, evidence of a strong queen. So eggs of various stages. So we'll look for that first. Then she's also going to see if she can find her queen and see how they're progressing along. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be very careful and watch for these bees. We got the smoker started. Peyton did that today, letting it breathe a little bit. So go ahead, Peyton. She's got this old style lid on here that I made years ago, or I might have inherited, I can't remember, but I've repaired them. So it's a heavy lid, well insulated, and anyway, so that's what she's got on her hive. Okay, Peyton, go ahead. Taking the lid off, and look on your lid there. She's looking on her lid, make sure her queen's not up there. It's highly unlikely, but it can happen. Got the inner cover here, and you won't want to puff them. There, she's going to give them a little smoke to start out with. Okay, there you go. And let's push this down. There you go. Okay, so now she's getting into taking her inner cover off. Good job. What do you want to see on your inner cover?
Looking for the queen.
Looking on the inner cover, they've built some wax up here. Okay, no queen, so we're good. Now we're looking through here. So these are all pretty much, I would say take that one out, and then we'll kind of look right here. It looks like they're building up finally over here. Another beautiful day. Anytime you're in the bee yard, it's a beautiful day. That's my theory. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And then when you have somebody like Peyton, a really hard young working lady, and she's got a job up there, and she's down here working her bees and taking care of them. She's going to do some documenting on her bees today. She's also going to look at equipment today and do some pricing. And there we go. So let's take a look here. This doesn't have an excluder, so your queen could possibly be up here, Peyton. So you're always looking. They're moving up. They're looking like they're starting to want to draw out this comb. Flip to the other side carefully. And remember how you move them? You can move them how, Peyton? You remember? Blow them gently, and you can move your bees around. See, so they're building out comb right here. See that?
Yeah.
So we don't see a queen here. She could be here. Probably not. Your queen will probably be where there's drawn comb. That's one of the keys when you're looking through here. So I would say we can go to the next level, Peyton. Go ahead and put them back carefully. And we're going to, and we'll probably set these bees, like to set them, I don't like to set them straight on the ground. You know, we can tilt these bees. So what we'll do is we'll take this off and we'll tilt them and set them over there on the side, and that won't be directly on the ground. So make some room there. So,
can we just put them over on this one?
Yeah, if you want to. That's a good idea. So Peyton suggested we put it on here, move everything over here, and we'll put them right on the top of here, and that'll probably work. The thing is with that, let's put this here so they don't squish down. We'll kind of lay them on there. Because I have some little racks somebody built me, and I should be using them. And there she goes. She's taking that off. We'll give them a little more smoke just to kind of calm them down a little bit, get them eating. Smoke, I believe, gets them stimulated to eat. They're afraid that their hive is going to be on fire, so what they do is they get ready to swarm away if they have to. And give you a little hand here, Peyton. Okay, so very carefully just set them on there. And the reason we tilt them like that on, so we don't squish too many of them. And make sure they're set right. They're good. Okay, they're good. All good. Okay, so give them a little more smoke. So if we're looking here, so I like to always go where there's the least amount of bees. So we're going to take this frame out right here. And you can look down here. Your queen is probably in here somewhere. So we're going to go over here and work our way. We're going to take this frame out and give us some room to work. And she has a box right behind here. She'll put it in that box down there. And if it doesn't have much on it, we can actually just place it up here too. Just be careful where we put our so Peyton's going to use the claspers. I don't know what they call those, but bee frame removers. Those are pretty handy tools. It's hard to do it on the side because you can't get the leverage. There you go. So let me show you a trick, Peyton. This one here, I like it's called, there's a J hook on it. You come down here and you go like this. Now you can damage your equipment if you go too close to here, you can break that. Okay. So you kind of just barely tug up a little bit and then come over here a little bit at a time and barely tug up again. And then it loosens them and then you should be able to get it out from there. There you go. Nice and easy. Okay, we'll take a quick look. Nothing going on there. So you can, and what I do here sometimes, I just lay it on top of here. Just lay it on top of there, and it doesn't hurt too many bees, and it kind of shields these bees from the sun. But they're starting to build out comb there, see that? Starting to build out comb, and they're working their way. So now you can either take a second one out and lay it down, or you can move through. So I'll help you here. You got that side, you got this side. And then this one, we'll take a look at it. Want to take a look? This one didn't have a foundation, so we got to be careful when you tilt them because I don't have any reinforcement there either. And so the bees have drawn this out kind of like in a top bar frame hive. So you're looking, and so we're looking. What do you see? Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, and this is more like drone comb. It's bigger. And then we'll look over here. What are we seeing here, Peyton? We're looking for a queen, of course. She could possibly be on this because it's you know, it's places she could lay. So she's not there. So I would recommend just set it over here to the side, in the hive over to the side. These bees are a gentle stock. We really haven't had to use much smoke. I'll just give them another puff. They're getting a little anxious. You can kind of tell. You can puff as you go. Puff as you go along. Okay. Moving right along. And you can use this too, probably, if you want. And Peyton wore her boots and she got rubber bands on today. last time she got stung. Crawled up her pant leg twice and stung her. So another little beekeeping tip, and Peyton's just learning this. When you bring up your frame, bring it straight up and don't skim your bees on the side. But we're looking for a queen. And you're looking for eggs. See any eggs in there? That's more drone comb there. That would be drones. Okay, and then you can move your bees by just blowing on them a little bit. So, nothing there. Okay, I don't see eggs yet. I don't see, but we're not really into the nest yet. So, and these are package bees. Usually, you know, some of my package bees are a little bit behind, but they're package bees, so we got to give them a little bit of a break. Can't expect dynamic everything from package bees, but some of them will blow up like that. But some of them they're moving right along. Help Peyton out here. I'll do this side, and she can do the other side. You got help? Might as well use it, right? So when you pick this up, remember, go straight up with it. Don't skim it to the side or that side and scrape bees off, or what they call rolling bees, because you might roll your queen and hurt her. So just going straight up with it, and then we're taking a look. There you go. Perfect. Good job, Peyton. Now we're looking. See any eggs yet? I think I might see some eggs. So I scan real quick one side and then scan the other side real quick. Take a look here and then take a look at the back side real quick, Peyton.
I see some eggs in there.
Do you see eggs? Okay, scan, but I'm looking for the queen real quick, just to make sure she's not on the backside. And usually she sticks out really easily, or very, you can see her unless she's covered up with a bunch of bees. Okay, let's take a better look, see if you find eggs. You see any eggs? I see pollen. Some pollen there. Okay, if you see eggs, you show it to us and let us know. She's looking for eggs. It's hard to see. Sometimes you gotta do it, hold it up to the sun kind of, and then look in. So when you find the eggs, so another trick, I don't like to flip my frames where the honey could fall out. So a lot of times I just turn them around. Let me see if I can find eggs here, Peyton. There might be some, but that's a black foundation. Can you guys see the eggs? It's kind of hard to see them. I think there are some eggs in there. They're very young, and they're they can be as small as yeah, there are eggs in here. So there's eggs in here. They're very young eggs. Barely see them. Okay, go ahead and put that one back. Try to always remember the way in which you did it. Some beekeepers actually letter their frames, so they put them back in the same area. Backyard beekeepers can do that. So what we'll do is we'll gently slide them back over here. Okay, next frame. All right, looking for our queen, looking for more eggs. Oh, there's some good brood in there.
Some good eggs.
Yeah, cat brood. See, we got cat brood. Let me get a good shot here. Just hold it for me so they can see. So you can see some of the larvae in there. Right here, there's some larvae. See where my camera? Right there's larvae, and there's cat brood, ready to hatch out. See if we have a bee hatching anywhere. There's more larvae in here. You can see it. Get a better close shot. Let me see if I can just expand this a little bit. Back out a little bit. It's nice having an extra person so you can get some good footage. Okay, so what I like to do here, Peyton, is tilt that end down. This end. I'll put it down. Like no, you can do it that way too. Did we already look at that side, or is
Not
that
yet.
Okay? So, and we scan for the queen real quick. See if we find our queen. And it doesn't look like she's there. Sometimes they'll run when they know you're coming. They'll run down the hive all the way to the end. Sometimes you find her right here at the end. But let's see. You can blow on them a little bit. There's a lot of bees in there. I'm also working on a grading system. I know Ian Stepler with the Canadian Beekeeper has kind of a grading system. My system's 1 to 10. So when we're done with this hive, we're going to grade this hive on 1 to 10. 10 would be, for us, be like that Grand's hive over there, just blowing up. And so we'll grade all of these and that way we'll know when I get to where I'm breeding queens, we'll know where to take our stock from, which hives to promote, as Ian Stepler, the Canadian Beekeeper, would say. Move that over just a hair. There you go, perfect. Give you a little more smoke. That's good. So once again, folks, we are inspecting the hive. We're a few days behind. We usually like being in every 14 days. So we're looking too. We're looking for our queen. We're looking for eggs. We're looking for eggs of all stages. We're also looking to see if they've got supersedure cells, meaning they're going to replace their queen, or a swarm cell. I doubt they have swarm cells in here because they have room. And generally, if they have room, they don't think to swarm, but you never know. So we're looking through here for supersedure cells or swarm cells.
Right there at the bottom.
What's that?
That cell.
Yeah, blow on it. So that right there, that's a drone cell because it comes straight out like that. See,
Yeah.
queen cells curve down on your foundation. Okay, so we're seeing pollen, we're seeing cap brood, and we're seeing nectar in this. Okay, let's flip it over. Take a look on the other side. So what I see, and look at that. See, we dropped a lot of nectar down there. See that, folks? So you always want to inspect it over the hive so these bees can take it up. And so okay, did we look at this side or that side? I can't remember.
We looked at that side. So
Okay, so then we're gonna look at this side. Okay. All right, so there we're looking at got larvae in here. Let me see, give them a shot here. Go ahead and blow so I can see some of that larvae. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, there's some larvae in there. See the larvae, folks? So we're looking at larvae. So we know we have a queen, and those larvae are, a few days old. And see, so Peyton, you always got to remember, this doesn't have foundation, which we should have on here. I got in a hurry. So this, you got to be careful with the comb, especially on a hot day. Today's not so hot, folks. Today's what, 70 degrees, you think, Peyton?
Yeah.
70 degrees-ish. So it's not too hot, but that wax will really melt on a hot day. So I would recommend folks to always have foundation in the bottom one, and eventually we'll switch these out. So, okay, don't squish them too much. Give them a little room there in case your queen's over there. There you go. Okay. All right. Going our way down. There you go. Peyton working through her hive, doing an inspection. We do these single hide management, and you got to work them, but I don't have a queen excluder. Peyton's going to buy her own queen excluder. That's part of the FFA program. Buy her own equipment. Be nice to get her a sponsor. That's one of my goals. Get Peyton a sponsor. See how you pulled them this way, Peyton?
Yeah.
Try to go straight up with them.
Okay.
Because you bounce some bees right here. But that happens. You're learning. I mean, this is Peyton's second time of being in the hive, right, Peyton? Second or third?
Third, I think.
And I think this is like her second time to really just be doing it herself, with me overseeing and critiquing. It's hard to be critiqued sometimes. Just a learning process. Try to make it easy on folks, but Peyton's doing fantastic. What do you see in there, Peyton?
Some larvae in here.
Okay, so Peyton's seeing where?
And some pollen.
Okay, she's seeing pollen. She's seeing larvae. So we're looking for pollen. We're looking for nectar. They got food. They've got bees. We got young bees. We got different stages. We got cap brood there. The capped off stuff is going to be bees hatching out here soon. So that's beautiful. Okay, flip it over and take another look. Are you getting tired, Peyton? Kind of you got to have some muscles to hold onto these hives for a while, these frames, especially when they're full of nectar and stuff. And see, that's why we always want to examine them over the hive. They fall into the hive. They don't fall off. If your queen was there, she'd have fallen right into the hive.
Right.
And that's good. Isn't that beautiful, folks? Look at this. Beekeepers get to see this. Amazing little insects do such amazing things for us. We work with them. We take care of them. We're also, as we scan through here, I'm always looking for mites. You can see them on there, but I don't think these bees are going to have much mites. We gave them a treatment right out of the packages after a while, and I think that really did them good this year. And so when we pull the honey this year, push them down in there, we'll feed them hard, and we'll treat them for mites again, just because we'll do a mite test, see where they are. Probably the sugar, or I don't have the alcohol wash. I've never done that. I'll do a sugar test probably. I know how to do that. I'll have to bone up on that and go from there. All right. And if they're not coming after you, you don't need to put too much smoke on them. But if you want to give them another puff, you can make them go down a little bit, get them off the frame there. So we're probably getting close to our queen in here, so we got to be real careful. Slow down a little bit and be careful. You never want to smash your queen. Oh, that'd be just terrible. It happens though. It happens. And there's several things. If it does happen, you look for young brood in there, and they'll make their own queen, or you can buy a queen, or you can find maybe another cell in some of your bees. That's pretty good. You just bounced a few off there, but not much. A lot better than last time. Okay, we're looking through another frame here. A lot of bees on here. I see a lot of pollen. I see some cap brood. See any larvae in there? So far, I'm not real impressed with the queen's brood pattern. This is a decent brood pattern. And as the year goes on, they start making smaller brood. What do you see, Peyton?
Larvae.
Yeah, there's the larvae right there. Peyton's identifying the larvae. Good. Okay, flip it over. We don't see their queen. Notice how she does it barely on the end so she doesn't hurt a lot of bees when she does that. We'll scan for the queen. I don't see the queen, but that doesn't mean that she's not there. Sometimes she's laying, and you can blow over here and see she's over here. And a lot of times they have food up here on these corners, and the bees are feeding on food. The queen doesn't generally do that. She stays kind of toward the middle, but she can be up there. Sometimes they say they don't run across honey, but I've seen them run across nectar for sure. And anyway, I don't think I see her. See that bee right there with the pollen? See that one right there with pollen? Let me get a good view of that. Well, okay, we're going to have to wind this. Let me pause it. We're going to pause for a minute until we find our queen. Here's Peyton found her queen. The Peyton Gefeller queen. Look at her, how beautiful she is. So we found our queen. So now we got to be really careful. We can go ahead and shut this hive up. So we're going to put the queen back very, very carefully. We're probably trying to get her. Yeah, she's laying right now, in fact. There's a queen laying. Beautiful. Beautiful queen. She's laying, doing what she's supposed to. Look at all the bees around her. Okay, hang on. Don't drop this frame for sure. Okay, now we're going to place her very carefully, Peyton. Put her back. I don't see any more queen cells or anything on that frame. So we're good. They're not superseding. They're not swarming. They've got room. So where was she? Is she over here or over here?
Over here.
Okay, so be careful when you put her down, and then we barely slide her up to this side. And I always give them a little extra room. So, okay, now bring her back very carefully so we don't smash her. Okay, I'm going to bring this back. Go ahead and get your side a little bit and just bring it, slide it back carefully. Very slowly, very gently, bringing it back. Okay. Okay, that's probably enough. Yeah. Now let's get our other frame that we took out of here. Give us extra room. We're going to put that in carefully. I'm going to push these bees down. Push them down.
Do you want to get the shot of the bee with the pollen on his legs?
I already did.
Oh, you did.
Okay. So this is it, folks. This video is getting a little long. We'll go ahead and give it a wrap. When she gets that in there, Peyton can say, give you a See on the Mountain, share, like, and subscribe. And we got to work on that. Plus, ask them for a supporter.
Yeah, so that was my bees for today. Share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the mountain.